Hey guys, we're back. I'm Tim.
I'm Josh.
And this is Guitar Talk,
Episode
6. That first track was a blues track, and Josh did his thing, and I'd like to say I held my own, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what you guys think. Playing on clean, no delay. That's a new thing for me. I did use my Super Charvel all-neck pickup, EMG. The SRC was totally off, so no preamp in there. Just went for a clean, bluesy sound. And Josh, what did you do?
I just like looking at Tim's guitar. It's so beautiful. It's so clean. It's so fat. I wish I had this tone.
Yes.
No, I'm just using a Fender Deluxe, and good thing that Fender hasn't been in the news lately.
Fender, I don't know if I've heard anything good about Fender, so I'm not a Fender guy. This guy, he loves Fender. So I know that they sent a cease and desist or something to all the small builders. And then I read, and I don't know if this is accurate, but that this was really all targeted for PRS and the John Mayer Silver Sky. Is that correct?
They started in Europe and did a cease and assist.
Okay.
And now it's kind of spreading to all the boutique companies that are builders in the U.S. So the community is kind of in an uproar because it's come on, you guys should, if you were, from a trademark standpoint, because they had the headstock trademark, they still do, in the silhouette of a Fender.
Okay.
But if you look at even with yours, that is
this is an S-type.
So Charvel's not going to get
and Jackson. No, and EVH. They own EVH too, so they can do whatever they want there.
Yeah, and I get it. Because I'm an artist, I went to art school and all that stuff, and I think that there is this fine balance between Leo Fender. They created this. This is a work of art. This is an icon.
Yeah.
Just like a Les Paul.
Yep, I agree.
I think with Ibanez, Telly's.
So there's only so many signature shapes.
100%. So I'm kind of somewhere in the middle of it all. I feel for Fender. I don't like the kind of the greediness behind it from a CEO standpoint, but I think they should just go with a campaign about be original and highlight all the greats that use Fenders throughout all of history.
Sure.
And go back to the roots, because that's where it's all at. I think they kind of lost their way a little with the corporate greed.
Possibly. All right, let's talk John Mayer for a second. I know we talked about the Silver Sky, we talked about the Fender issues. I've always liked the pop side of John Mayer, and I know that early on in his career, they said you're either going to be a pop guy or Stevie Ray Vaughan, but you can't be both. He's both, right? He did the pop thing first, made some cash, and I've watched a lot of John Mayer, probably because of this guy, probably because of doing the blues stuff. I've been following his pages, channels, and I am just hooked. I'm hooked on what that guy does, how musical he is. Great teacher, too, so I don't know if you have any thoughts on John Mayer in general.
I think he's one of the best. Especially with Instagram and being on that, and I think John Mayer is definitely such a powerful character. He's a character.
Yeah, he is.
And he's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I think what's really cool about him is that he's willing to share his approach on guitar, at a whim. He could be in a hotel room and be teaching you about XYZ or what he's learning that week.
kind of threw you there. We only usually do one track, and we decided to do a second track. First one was blues, clean. Then we went to funk. We also, the tempo on the first one I think was 82, and I think this one's 90 or it's over 90. So tempo's going up. We went to some distortion. There's Soldano amps on this track. What did you think about the funk track?
I loved it. Yeah, it feels like we started kind of basic building blocks, stacking up a little bit, going from 1 to 10.
One of the great comments that we got on one of our previous videos was somebody said, hey, I'd love to hear you guys do different style tracks. Because, obviously I don't know if he leans toward the blues, but he's great at the blues. That's what his page is all about. I love the rock, shreddy stuff. I do like everything in between. So, I like that funk track. I felt like it was I felt like as a guitar player soloing over it, I felt more of a fusion vibe. I mean, maybe it wasn't, but because it was a funk track, but I just felt the vibe of just I don't know.
It was like glistening, kind of like skating on a nice, clean sheet of ice. It was cool.
It was good. So I got news for you. There's a third track coming up. Shh. Don't tell anybody. So hey, I noticed something since I follow you like a stalker. You did a fill-in gig for what? Tell me about this fill-in gig you did and how much music you had to learn and how much time had you played with this group before? All that crap.
Yeah, no, it was fun. As you know, just knowing musicians around town. Sometimes you get that call for that one random gig because the guitar player. It was Jeff and Jason Cortuccio. So they got a band called Electric Dream. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Do a lot of rock, 80s rock.
Electric with a K, though, right?
Yes. And they have a female singer, awesome guy, singer Justin. And Jeff's on drums, and Jeff is also playing guitar. It's not the same guy. But, we played this gig for the Grand Prix downtown on the rooftop. They were racing. Yeah, they shut down Detroit. And
how much music did you have to learn? And how much time did you have to learn?
It was a couple hours of music that I had to learn. So I was pretty busy for 3 weeks prior to the gig, just getting everything down.
Yeah, I mean, and what did you use for? Did you use an amp? Did you use a modeler?
Well, that's a good point. So this gig, I brought an amp. And I did bring a line 6.
Okay.
So I had a little bit of stage volume.
Okay.
Just went right out of the line 6 to the amp, and then I had in-ears. They had everything all set up already.
But the guitar tones for each track, were you using the other guitar player's stuff?
No, I set them for myself, yeah. I couldn't do that.
Did you do, patch per song type thing? Did you have a patch per song, or did you?
I would say maybe about 50% of the songs I had specific patches.
Yeah, and then you had a general patch for...
The rest I do clean, little crunch, more crunch, and then solo.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, that's really nice. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I wanted to hear about that.
So, Tim, talking about stalking, I too am stalking.
Oh, okay. All right.
No one else is watching. We're just stalking each other.
Listen, that's fine. Yeah.
So you've been doing so many cool things on your YouTube page. It's been so exciting watching you grow it.
Yeah.
You're putting so much great content, new ideas, different flavors of tones, new guitars, different techniques, and you're also putting in a ton of fun stuff. I love the whimsy too with, this guy loves Star Wars, so who doesn't?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more. What's been going on with that, and what are some of your hopes? Where are you going?
A good friend of mine gave me some great advice, and he said, make content for yourself. Don't try to make other people happy. So I definitely like making the shorts, and I've gone through where I've tried different presets from famous artists that have plugins from Neural DSP, and I'll just take a sound that inspires me, make a track, or things that I've always been curious about, like how much effects mix do you use, how much delay, how much reverb, which IR sounds better, how do things sit. So I've been doing that. I did go on a vacation for 2 weeks, so that stopped some things. And then I got back and I got sick, so that kind of slowed me down. And sometimes I don't want to just create content to just create content. So I have just as much content that I haven't released that I have released, because I'll sit back later and go, this isn't new, it isn't fresh, it isn't, I don't know, it's just not moving me. Not necessarily bad, it's just not moving me. And so, I don't know, I'm looking for the next thing to create and do.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, what would you tell? There's a lot of guitar players out there who have never started. And maybe they're too afraid to, or they don't know how. to just start recording themselves, getting on camera.
I do have thoughts.
Yeah, what would be some of your recommendations of just to get started?
I think I mean, I'm over 50. Josh is like 12.
72.
12 going on 80. Mentally and physically.
Mentally.
So if your goal is to get better as a guitar player, as a musician, as whatever, I will say that you can utilize Instagram and YouTube to make that happen. Because here's what happens. If you get a little backing track, or you want to do a 1-minute clip, whatever, you're going to end up making your best performance at 1 minute. Maybe it takes you 10 takes to get that, right? Maybe there's a little back and forth. Over time, if you get that and publish that stuff, right, you will see over time progress. I didn't think I would see progress at all just because I play a lot and I played for a long time. I thought, well, I just kind of peaked hanging out with other musicians, right? I mean, even hanging out, talking, seeing what they do, but using those platforms. I mean, make a 20-second clip. Make your best 20-second clip. I like to do a lot of a cappella guitar, like just me and the guitar, because just to get a clean 20, 30-second clip that you're happy with, right? I mean, it takes a lot. I mean, playing to a track's different. You got to stay in key, whatever. There's droning backing tracks. But if you're not doing any of that stuff, you're missing something that'll make you better. I mean, obviously lessons, watching YouTube videos. I think that stuff's all important, but I think the number one thing you could do is utilize those as tools to create something, right? Create something musical, right? Like I said, 25-second clip of you playing some chords real clean. What'll happen is you'll watch it back and you'll be like, oh, I thought it was better. I think I could do that a little better, right? So I don't know, that would be my advice. For one thing to do.
Right? Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good advice. I think, too, a lot of people get scared with, the technology. And I would just give 3 simple tips.
Okay.
If you want to take and start recording with all the phones now, they take all HD 4K video.
Right.
So remember, all it is visual and audio. So if you think about that, you already got a great phone. Lighting would be the next consideration. Make sure you have good lighting.
Yep. And
then audio. So we do things where we're recording direct audio, and then mixing post-production. And that's not hard. You could do it on many of the apps that are available on the phone.
Don't let the direct audio thing scare you away from still doing this. And what I'll say is this. If you go back and look at my YouTube shorts those same YouTube shorts end up on my Instagram page, but 85-90% are direct audio. But every once in a while, I'll catch something in the room that I really like, and I just decide it's worth sharing the behind the scenes of what I was hearing at the time. So every once in a while, you don't have to, because what happens when you use direct audio, you have to sync it up. So it doesn't matter what you're taking your video that has your audio in there, but you've got air in between. You've got white noise. It's not as direct. So all the stuff we did today, we could share it just camera audio wise, and it wouldn't sound horrible. But when you go to the DAW, you get to mix it and listen to it and say, okay, can I tweak this and make it a little bit better? But don't let that stop you from creating content. A lot of guys that I follow, that's all they do is they don't even sync that stuff. But they're such good players that it's I don't even care. So
yeah, it's funny too. A lot of people think that we're playing actual songs, and many people don't know we're just improvising over tracks.
Yeah, I want to add something about today based on something Josh just said. So I've had a busy week. I got a lot going on. He's got a lot going on personally in his life, whatever. We have tried to get together to create this episode 2 or 3 times, and somebody kept canceling. I don't know. No. So for one reason or another, we just couldn't do it. So we decided to do 3 tracks this time, and I've been busy this week, so I put all 3 tracks together this morning. Didn't practice over any of them. Tried to get a plug-in for each that was different, just a sound. So I did listen to them for a second, but didn't really play them. So when Josh came over, we had to run them a couple times, just not recording, just playing them because. And I have to go back and look and see what we recorded. We did about 2 takes each on each track, just to see what we could create. That keeps it relaxed too. That's one of the things that Josh taught me is. I definitely used to really get in my head about, I made a mistake and I would stop playing. So we both don't do that. In fact, on my blues track, I would probably, if I was doing my own thing, I would probably do it 300 more times till I got it perfect. But Josh is teaching me, keep that raw stuff in there. Pause. And Josh said something that was actually very smart. I think I've heard it before from somebody else, but music can be like a conversation, and I don't think it's just blues, but we'll talk about blues for a second. It's a conversation, sometimes back and forth, sometimes just you're talking, you're stopping, you're giving a pause so the other person can digest what you said. So I'm not good at that. I'm a playing all the time guy, and sometimes if I have a delay, I'll stop so I can hear the delay, and that's maybe create some of that space. But in the blues thing today, I was consciously like, play a note, wait. Like when the start of that blues thing, I sat there and waited. Instead of coming right in on a B flat or B, I'm like, let the track play, to create something different. So I think that's important.
Yeah. And that's something we learn how to talk when we're young. And when we pick up guitars for the first time, it's like we're babies on guitar. Yeah. So we're learning how to talk. And as we expand that vocabulary, it's, again, I think listening is just as important as speaking or playing. So that's a good rule of thumb.
Listening. Okay, I got it.
Man, that was amazing. That was amazing. I'm tired.
I'm sore from that one.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to take the day off tomorrow, honestly.
I got blisters on my fingers.
I can't do it anymore.
So that was track number 3. We've never done 3 tracks. We've never done 2 tracks before. 110 beats per minute. That one was weird for me. It had 2 different keys back to back. Was it G minor to E minor?
Yes, G minor to E minor. Really interesting.
One of the things you guys don't see, I couldn't tell always when it was coming up to do the key change. So I had Josh yelling, E minor! And by the way, every time he yelled E minor, I only went to the E minor pentatonic because I knew it sounded good. And then I went from there. But
that was sweet.
what did you think of this guitar?
Dude, this thing's amazing. I mean, you guys have seen this on some past episodes.
Yeah.
This is such a great player, and it's so easy. I mean, one down.
Yeah. And shockingly, this neck pickup sounds amazing.
Fat. Like you got your fat, and then you got your bite.
Yeah.
And then, man, this thing, it
stays in tune. So here's the thing. I like a floating trem. I've always said that because I like to noops, right? So this one's, because it's got the detune, it's blocked out, so like you can't pull sharp.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, that one you can pull sharp. Okay, so that one's floating. But I'll say one of the things I like about locking systems, I'm just a freak about tuning, is you can bend this thing, you can pull, this thing isn't going out of tune. Like if a Floyd is set up correctly, even floating, it's not going out of tune. The only thing you can't do, if you try to do a double stop on that, because it's like two moving notes in space. So like on this you could, because it's blocked out, right? So I enjoyed that track, and the thing that makes me laugh about this time, like I've always said, we do these pretty fast, but usually I try to at least run the track once before he comes over, even if it's just once, so I have a general idea. We moved so fast today because I got things going on later. I'm happy with all three different tracks.
So we just want to thank everybody for stopping by, watching the mayhem, the madness. Again, leave any comments. Let us know if you guys want to see anything. We're just having a blast doing this. Yeah. We're going to do this regardless if you send us comments or not.
This is happening either way. But we did use somebody's comment. Somebody said, hey, I'd like different styles, this and that, and whatever. So we did blues, funk, and kind of rock. Yeah, I guess rock, yeah. So
that's like a three-layered cake right there.
That's right.
See how accommodating we are?
I like it.
We love you guys. That's why.
So we'll try to get these out a little faster, but, we got kind of bogged down with life, right?
Yeah. Life happens. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Guitar Talk, Tim.
Josh, episode 7 next time.